Libra, welcome to February. Now, you might not have planets in your sign right now, Libra, but you certainly do have a lot of activity going on. So, first of all, we know that since Pluto moved into the air sign of Aquarius back in November, Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, of power, of death and rebirth, of other people's money. It rules sex, it rules combined monies. That planet is now making a trine, a positive aspect with you for the next 20 years. So you have a lot of intensity coming your way, a lot of change coming your way, but in the most positive of aspects, a trine. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. Now, you also have a trine with the sun in the air sign of Aquarius because you are an air sign, Libra, and that will be happening until the 18th of February. Until then, the sun moves into Pisces. Now, you also have a trine going on with Mercury, the planet of communication, in the sign of Aquarius until Valentine's Day, okay, February 14th. So, beautiful flowing aspect. Now, I was looking at that and I'm like, okay. You also have Jupiter in the air sign of Gemini, so also trining. So you've got all this trines going on. But then when I look at you, Libra, either, if you're listening, you're probably a Libra sun or rising or moon. And so you actually, when we put you into the mix with all of those other signs, we have what's called a grand trine. And a grand trine is a grand thing. It's a wonderful aspect. And it's going to put a lot of air in the chart. So we know things are going to be really activated. And so you are the third leg of that trine, because we've got planets over there in Aquarius and over there in Gemini. Nothing in Libra except for you. So when you step into the scene, we have a grand air trine. You are going to activate. I look at like the trine as like, well, when you step into showing up as yourself, Libra, you activate the trine. You activate your luck and blessings with Jupiter. You activate being seen and validated, the sun in Aquarius, in new ways, with friends, with large groups of people. And then you activate Pluto to bring you in the change, the power that you need. Okay. So show up, Libra. We need you to show up. You activate the trine, the grand trine. Okay. Now you do have a couple squares, the more abrasive aspects. And one of them is with Mars and Cancer, which is going on through January too. So Mars, the planet of action, retrograding through the watery sign of Cancer. So you may be forced with having to look at deep emotion. You may be forced with having to do some healing work. Okay, so you're just going to be, it may be in your face. And there could be some things with the mother energy because Cancer is often associated with that. Now, you also have a square, I'm sorry, with Venus. And yes, when is it going to start? Well, it will start February 3rd. So it will be like that for you on Valentine's Day. So you have to make sure that you show up, and you have to make sure that you don't mess this up if you're in a relationship, because it's just going to be a harder aspect. The best day for you to celebrate Valentine's Day will be on the 15th of February, because the moon will move into the sign of Libra, you, and the morning, early morning, I think it's like 6 a.m. So plan a breakfast in bed, plan something, or plan an adventure, because remember, here we are, the moon's going to activate that grand trine also, being in the sign of Libra. And so there comes in this opportunity for smoothness, for a peaceful day, for beautiful things. Just make sure you plan it. Make sure you double check it, because once, Mercury's going to move into Pisces on Valentine's Day. So that trine with Mercury is going to end. So I guess my bottom line is just make sure you show up, make sure you pay attention, make sure you listen to your words, and don't overcommit, and don't over assume that things like, oh, just because you made a reservation somewhere, don't assume that it's all going to be set. Check. Okay, do the work, maybe even double check a couple times. You're also going to have a square with Chiron in Aries. So it's easy to fall back into like old wounds, old love wounds. And that's what I was kind of seeing in your pre-reading here. So I pulled a few cards before I got on this video. And the first one that showed up was the Judgment card. And here you are standing in all this water, right? And so we know that there's a lot of planets in water right now. We know that there's a few of them in Pisces, and we have Mars in Cancer, and we have, I think that's all of them, but we have a bunch of them in Pisces. So we're in all this watery depths. You've got this square going on with Mars and Cancer, this healing. And to me, the Judgment card is like a card of deep release. And so I think that if you take this opportunity to deal with some of the emotions and some of the watery elements, the emotions, all the feelings, okay? If you deal with that stuff, there's going to be a big release. And the Judgment card is a Scorpio card. It is ruled by Pluto. You do have this trine with Pluto. Things can go smoothly for you if you show up and do a little gentle, kind work with yourself. Now, like emotional work. Now, the I think this is the Five of Swords, I think. And this is the Tattoo Tarot. And she's kind of got this wound, right? We're talking about having a square with Chiron, the soul's wound point. So, and this is a 5. It's a number of change. I really think you're just like ready to change up the same old wound that just keeps showing up and the same old storyline with lots of different people. You're ready to change that. And so I really see like too, if you've had like if Valentine's Day always sucks for you, don't bring that forward. Let's just lay that one to rest, okay? Because that's kind of what I see, like this old pain. Or maybe you're not in a relationship, so you feel that pain. But it's like, okay, let's free things up here and let's make space for what you really want. Remember, when you show up, especially that weekend with the moon in Libra there, the 15th, 16th, this activates the luck, the blessings, the expansion, the positive change, okay? Now, I'm excited to see the Lovers card showing up here from the Curious Creatures Tarot deck. And, I just think love's showing up. And even though, the Lovers is really about choices, but we're coming in here, it's like card number 20, Judgment, which we call a 2 in numerology. So you're releasing something old about relationships. We see the pain. We see her hand is bleeding, but she's ready to change that up because it's a 5, and 5s are about change, okay? Then you've got the Lovers card that shows up here. So it's like almost like you're making space for the right people and the right choices. Then we have the Muse of Materials, which would be the King of Pentacles. And it reminds me of you, Libra, like this mirror image. And it also kind of reminds me of me talking about that trine, that you are the third. You bring in the positive aspect. Okay, you complete that trine. So there we go. The Muse of Materials, the King of Pentacles, crossing this bridge, like walking into new territory. Okay, letting go of the past so you can walk into the new territory that you are so ready for. Your oracle card was the Great Mother. Surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. And I think that's interesting because didn't I say something about the mother just a few minutes ago with the square with Mars and Cancer? I said something about having to deal with some things about the mother. So here is the compassionate of the Great Mother. I always think of that as like, I don't know, planet Earth came to mind first as the Great Mother, but this is like a bigger energy than even that. Surrender to the mystery and fall into her arms. So it's safe for you to delve into these emotions and to heal this stuff up, okay? All right, now that was your pre-reading. Now, it's hard to shuffle and hold this microphone. My cordless microphone was giving me a problem. So I'm just going to kind of just move them around on the table. Haven't looked at any of these yet. Okay. This is your live reading. So let's see what comes up for you. Working with a few different decks here. 2 of Chris Ann's decks, the Curious Creatures and the Muse Tarot. This Inner Light Yoga one back here is really great. Dig in the Tattoo Tarot, and now I also just got in the 8 Coins Astrology Oracle, which I'm really loving. So let's see what else you need to know here, Libra. So your first card is the Chariot, Major Arcana, Major Secret of Life card. This is ruled by the moon. This is about overcoming obstacles and moving forward. What a funny little scene with the cats and Okay, well, it's interesting. He's got a great smile. So the Chariot, you are ready to overcome some things, especially emotional things. You're ready. You even look good. You showed up for it. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got the Ace of Swords here. So there's definitely some new ways of thinking coming in. There's some new ideas. And we know you have a trine with all those planets in Aquarius. And so it looks like a good thing to me. Now you also have the Lovers again. Pretty cool to see it twice. So we are definitely healing some old relationship stuff. We are feeling the comfort of the Great Mother. We are letting ourselves release and move forward. So we also have the Ace of Cups. What a great card. You got some great cards here. I know you got some cards of pain. I know you had the Five of Swords back there, and the Judgment card can hit kind of hard sometimes. But you have the Ace of Cups. This is the cup of satisfaction, and it's coming in next to the Lovers. I'm not feeling bad for you, Libra. It's looking pretty damn good. All right, let's see what your oracle is. It's the 10th house, which is Capricorn's house. And often that is associated with your career, but it's really about your long-term standing in this world and your reputation and your values and your morals and your kind of your hopes and dreams, in the way like it's the things that you work hard for over a long time. It's your legacy. All right. So this is the 10th house coming in here, kind of reminding us that these matters in love have some serious tones, because you're setting up your life. Like, most people get into relationships because they want to stay in them. So the 10th house is building that legacy, building your family, building your memories. And so clear up the past, make space for the right people to come into your life. If the right people are already in your life, just do some cleanup work to get rid of some of the old stuff that's just lingering around. Okay. And I like how the first card, she was in water, and the Ace of Cups here, she's just sitting in the water. Things are flowing. Okay, things are moving. It's almost like opening up your chakras. Things start moving and flowing, and life just starts to get better. All right, now let's see here. Let's go week by week. So we're using these cute little golden Art Nouveau tarots for each week and seeing what you need to know here, Libra. So week 1, you've got the Emperor. He's the boss. He's showing up. And he's not going to be pushed into doing anything because he knows that he has to make big decisions. Now, he's ruled by Mars, and we know that Mars is squaring you in the sign of Cancer. So don't be pushed to make decisions there. You'll make them as you need to. The Knight of Pentacles is showing up on week 2. And that's the week that Valentine's Day will be. So the Knight of Pentacles shows up. He's bringing something beautiful. All right. So keep that in mind, Valentine's Day. Week 3, Empress, Venus, showing up next to the Lover. She's a really fertile card. Keep that in mind, please. Week 4, the Moon. You got some really nice cards going on here. You got 3 major arcanas for each week ahead, and then a Knight bringing you something of value. So the Moon is more implications towards the mother. Okay, this could also be these are fertile themes, people. So keep it in mind if that's something that could possibly be for you. Make sure that's something you actually want to be, okay? Because there's a lot of flowing, fertile energy around you. And there's a lot here about your legacy and building your family and something showing up out of the blue, okay? So keep it in mind. All right, now we're going to move these to the side. And we are going to use this lovely calendar to throw some charms and some dice. And again, I've been asking everyone, can you please let me know if you like this part? I go back and forth about including this in my readings. Please let me know if it's helpful to you. And let's see, I'm just going to kind of toss a handful across the board here, see what we get. We knocked out one of the decks in the process. Okay, and let's throw these dice here also. And we're using these to determine power days for you. Okay, so for the dice, we got Saturn in the sign of Leo in the 12th house. Saturn, responsibility. Remember, you pulled the 10th house card before. That's Saturn's home. In the sign of Leo, Leo rules children, people. Rules children, I'm just saying. But it also rules the heart, and it rules joy, and it rules fun. And then you've got the 12th house, which is Pisces house, okay? So Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It is a house about karma. It's about resting and retreating back. So this can also be seen as like making sure you're not all work, that you're also getting the rest so that you can come back and work harder and stronger and better, okay? At the top here, we have the symbol for Virgo, and we also have what looks like maybe a cheetah. So, or some kind of, maybe it's just a dog, but it looks like some kind of sleek animal there. So, Virgo up at the top, Virgo's health and wellness contribution to the world. It's the great analyzer. Okay. Now we have the letter G and the letter N and a little chunk of what is like hematite there, I think maybe. And so there's some themes of staying grounded. Okay. Now on this is the week in January. You got an angel there on the last Sunday of January. Then as we move into February, on the 6th, you have a little train. On the 8th, you have the word go. So February 8th, go. Not a bad one. And so we got some activity there. You have on the 2nd, you have the word part, P-A-R-T. Okay, I can't tell if that's on the 2nd or the 9th. So we're going to say, since I didn't do it as the 2nd, let's call that the 9th. The W is on the 10th. On the 11th, we have the letter Z and the letter T. Okay, on the 11th. On the 12th, you have another moon symbol. We've got some activity here on the 18th. You've got the letter S, a candlestick, and the letter F. And let's see what else we got. On the 24th, the letter I, little thing of French fries, which is kind of cute. And a chunk of labradorite on the 25th, along with the letter E on the 28th. I have the letter L on the side here and a large bird. So let's see. Can I make any words? I see the word wise, the word fist, the word... the initial go. Oh, got the word goes, G-O-E-S. And, I don't, the word sit. Nothing huge jumping out, but see if any of those are initials for anything that's important to you. Also have the word snow. Snow. We didn't get much snow this year in New England. Maybe we'll get some more. Okay, I felt like the word goals was there, but I don't think it actually is, but I still kind of count that when I see something or feel something. So the word goals, okay? Now, let's use the calendar to tell us your power days for the month. The moon calendar. I work with this, which is date book, and we usually have these in stock around the last quarter of the year. So I like to know where the moon is every day, right? The moon is the minute hand of the clock. It really kind of like keeps track of everything. It's seen all things over time. I've heard it called the great recorder of time. So it's very important to look to see where the moon is. It makes us understand the energy of the day more. And so I'm using these dice to kind of tell you which days are going to be best for you. You rolled Saturn, which rolls Capricorn, and we have the moon moving into Capricorn on Saturday, the 22nd at 6:09 p.m. and it'll stay there through the 23rd of February. That's when Mars goes direct, which is going to be a nice thing. And then it's there until the 24th and the 25th until 12:40 a.m. And technically Saturn is the original ruler of Aquarius, so you can continue to have these power days into the 25th, 26th, and 27th until 3:46 a.m. All right. Now you also rolled the sign Leo, And you know what? You rolled the sign Pisces. So then you get that long spell there because Pisces comes in after Aquarius. So then you also get the 27th, where we have the Pisces new moon, the 28th and the 29th until, or no, I'm sorry, that's the 1st of March. So the moon will be in Pisces till 4:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I just need to give you some Leo days. So you got like a lot of days here. The moon moves into Leo on the 10th, and that makes sense. That's where we had some letters. The 10th at 12:01 p.m. through the 11th through the 12th, where we have the full moon in Leo, and your power time will go until 8:07 p.m. So have a fabulous month. Thanks for listening.